Tuesday, August 25th, 2025 Board of Control meeting. It is 11:01 a.m. We have Levine Ross serving as an alternate for Meredith Turner.
Here.
Trevor Meckler serving as an alternate for Michael Hauser.
Here.
Councilmember Robert Schlepper.
Here.
Melanie Say serving as an alternate for Mike Dever. Here. Michael Chambers, Fiscal Officer, serving as chairman.
Here?
Paul Porter.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is the review and approval of the minutes from August 18th. I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The minutes are approved. Is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Let's go to our first item.
First item, new item for review, BC 2025-541, Department of Public Works recommending an award and enter into a purchase order with APG Office Furnishings in the amount not to exceed $69,672.19 for joint cooperative purchase, installation and design services of various office furnitures and fixtures to outfit the new Financial Empowerment Center offices to be located at the county administrative headquarters.
Good morning, Matt Reimer with the Department of Public Works. This cooperative purchase is a furniture purchase that supports the Financial Empowerment Center project of the Treasurer, which will be installed on the first floor of this building. And the total project cost is just over $248,000, and this is a component of that. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Matt. Are there questions from the board? Okay, seeing no questions, I will make the motion to approve it. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-542, Department of Public Works recommending an award on RQ 16067 and submitting a contract with Cook Paving and Construction Company Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $348,350.50 for rehabilitation and resurfacing of the county-owned parking lot located at East 40th Street and Perkins Avenue in the city of Cleveland, effective upon signatures of all parties through project completion.
Good morning, Matt Reimer again with the Department of Public Works. This is a construction contract award recommendation to Cook Paving and Construction for the lot that the county owns at 1901 East 40th. This lot primarily services folks at the Halley Building, specifically visitors to the county archives employees, prosecutor's office employees, and Board of Elections volunteers when those election operations ramp up, since the back of house operations are there. It's also going to be a critical lot when we lose access to some of the leased lots in the neighborhood for Jane Edna Hunter and HHS. So we want to get this project done ahead of any of those loss of lots that the employees are currently parking at. The project itself will reconstruct several areas that have drainage failures. On the north side of the lot, we're also making the lot compliant with accessibility codes and city ordinances with the lot. The lot was purchased several years ago it was a leased county lot, and we purchased it. Now we're bringing it up to standards. There was an advanced question on the funding source. This is being supported by the general fund capital subsidy because right now it is not a lot that is receiving revenue to the parking services fund. If that changes, then the parking services fund could support expenses, but not at present.
Okay,
Happy
thank
to
you.
answer any questions.
Thank you, Matt. Trevor, please.
Matt, I think you just answered it, but so employees right now, they don't pay to park there?
That's my understanding. I don't think from any of the agencies, I don't think we're confirming with Melanie, yes. Mm-hmm.
Even the full-time Board of Elections and Prosecutor's Office
Correct.
employees are, okay.
Correct.
Archives too?
Correct. I think the archives employees are primarily within the building. It's
in the basement.
It's pretty much volunteers that would support, that lot supports the adjacency of the lot.
Do you think that'll change when we go away with the lease lots closer to Jane Edna and stuff? I know that's not your.
I think that's that's going to be the Department of Public Works intent. Yes, I think that needs to be, has to go through a number of legislative steps, correct, Melanie?
Correct.
Okay.
And currently, the lot is not set up for paying customers. We got the lot to support the needs of the Halley Building at that time, but we didn't set up any mechanisms for payment. because we knew there were ongoing construction needs at the lot that we needed to actually attend to before we opened it up for payment.
Thanks, Melanie, appreciate it.
And I'm sorry, this was a competitive request for bids. This is the lowest bidder that went through an administrative reconsideration panel and was approved.
Have we used the vendor before?
I believe the Road and Bridge Division has used Cook Paving, but they're a pretty consistent paving company throughout the city of Cleveland. I personally have not used them in my time.
Thank you.
Paul Porter, Department of Purchasing. I want to give a quick note of thanks to Matt and his team for kind of bearing with us on this. This is, I think, the third time it was bid out. Because it's a smaller project than a lot of our typical paving projects, we struggled to get some vendor interest in it, and Matt and his team did a good job reaching out to vendors and kind of putting the word out with this last effort. And I was pleased to see that we went from multiple no bid submissions to getting 4 bids to choose from with this. So thanks, Matt.
And thanks to your team, Paul.
Okay.
Let the
Other-
record reflect that Katie Gallagher is now present. Alternate for Chris Renee, County Executive.
Seeing no further questions, I will make the motion to approve the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-543, Fiscal Office submitting an RFP exemption, which will result in an award recommendation to Point and Pay LLC in the amount not to exceed $215,000 for electronic bill payment services for the period September 1st, 2025 through August 31st, 2027, and submitting a contract with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Dominique Tatum, Fiscal Department. This is the agreement with Point and Pay. We use Point and Pay in both our Treasurer Department and our Lodging Department. They use it to collect online payments for tax services.
Okay, Dominique, thank you. Are there questions from the board on this item? Okay, seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second? Seconded by Ms. Levine Ross. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Next item.
Next item, BC 2025-544, Department of Information Technology, recommending an award and enter into a purchase order with SHI International Corporation in the amount not to exceed $77,000 for a joint cooperative purchase for renewal of one Enterprise Run Zero Incorporated software license for the period October 28, 2025 through October 27, 2026.
Good morning, Brianna Witt, on behalf of the Department of Information Technology. This Run Zero software, this is our cyber attack management software. This is used by our IT risk management team. Provides a dashboard for the IT group. They can see live attacks. They can see and monitor each one of our assets. That's all the equipment in the various county buildings. And they can see the individual attacks, where the attacks come from, and much more detailed information with this platform.
Okay, thank you, Brianna. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the item is approved. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2025-545, Department of Information Technology recommending an award and enter into a purchase order with Carasoft Technology Corporation in the amount not to exceed $39,439.40 for state contract purchase for the renewal of 110 Slack Enterprise Grid licenses for the period September 10, 2025 through September 9, 2026.
Good morning, Brianna Witt, on behalf of Information Technology this morning. The Slack software, this is used by the IT executive team, also the IT HHS team. This provides them the collaboration software, coordinating, and project management. In addition, this serves as a backup for their communications to Microsoft Teams.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the item is approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2025-546, Medical Examiner's Office submitting an submitting an amendment to a contract with Verticue Software LLC for maintenance and support on CME case management software for the period September 1st, 2014 through August 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to August 31st, 2026, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $12,974, effective upon signatures of all parties.
Hugh Shannon, Medical Examiner's Office. This is our main case management system that we use for the Medical Examiner's Office. There is a RFP being developed currently. We did an RFI over the summer to kind of prep for that. So we expect that that'll be released sometime the last quarter of this year, with decisions being made at the beginning of next. So this will get us through next summer, just to be safe.
Thank you, Hugh. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second? Second by Mr. McAleer. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2025-547, Department of Health and Human Services, Office of the Director, submitting an RFP exemption, which will result in an award recommendation to a Place for Me Collaborative, and the amount not to exceed $41,298 for facilitation of focus groups with system-involved youth and young adults, provision of no-cost national-level training opportunities for Division of Children and Family Services staff, and introducing participants to their broader support services in order to gather insights from youth and young adults receiving services for the period May 1st, 2025 through April 30th, 2026, and submitting a contract with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Marcos Cortez with Health and Human Services. Earlier this year, we received a grant from Youth Villages, Inc. that will allow us to start mapping services across Health and Human Services systems so we can better coordinate services for youth aging out of foster care, those involved in the juvenile justice system, and youth transitioning to adult services with the Adams Board and the Board of DD. This specific contract is with the Place for Me, is for youth involved or previously involved in these systems to provide insights on these services through focus groups specifically.
Okay, Marcos, thank you. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Oppose? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2025-548, Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Children and Family Services, submitting an amendment to a contract with Court of Common Pleas Juvenile Court Division for psychological evaluation services for the period January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2025, for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $30,000, effective upon signatures of all parties.
Marcos Cortez again with Health and Human Services on behalf of Children and Family Services. Through this contract, juvenile court will evaluate persons who are perceived to have significant mental health issues. We are adding more funding to this contract as the division has been seeing more completions in this service than they have in the past.
Okay, Marcos, thank you again. Are there questions from the board on this item? Okay. Seeing no questions, I will make the motion to approve it. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item approved.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Moving on to exemption, BC 2025-549, Department of Purchasing recommending to amend board approval number BC 2025-537 dated August 18, 2025, which approved an alternative procurement process resulting in an award recommendation to Brinks US, a division of Brinks Incorporated, in the total amount not to exceed $50,000 for armed guard and armored truck services for fiscal office, auto title bureau locations, and the Cuyahoga County Animal Shelter locations for the period September 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, to change the time period of September 1st, 2025 to July 1st, 2025.
Morning, Paul Porter, Department of Purchasing. This is just a correction on the time period for an item approved last week. We need to use a July 1 start date rather than a September 1st start date because of the end date of the actual contract with the vendor that expired at the end of June.
Thank you, Mr. Porter. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make the motion to approve it. Is there a second? Second, we had a tie there. Miss Melanie Say. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Item approved. Moving on.
Moving on to consent agenda items BC 2025-550 through BC 2025-551.
Just a couple of items, board members, if anyone has any questions. Okay, seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve today's consent agenda items as listed. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? They are approved. Moving on to other business.
No other business?
Any public comment?
No public
Point
comment?
of order. We are here for public comment. It says in the instructions that there was gonna be a form provided immediately prior. There was no forms that were immediately prior. We've been here for 10 minutes, so we would ask the board, if you have an opportunity to speak. There's two of us. We're from Washington DC. We go quite a long ways to be able to provide this public comment.
You have to
Sure.
sign in the sheet here. I wasn't aware you were here for public comment.
So sorry. We'd be happy to sign in if the
Yeah,
board would.
please do. You're good.
Thank you. God bless. So sorry.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys letting us speak. My name is Jessica Saxon. I'm a civil rights advocate and litigator from Washington, D.C. I'm here to provide public notice. This is in accordance with USCS Rules of Civil Procedure, as well as Rule 17 and Rule 20 of the United States Supreme Court. The Constitution for the United States is the overarching requirement that every state must follow. I don't think anyone here would disagree with that. States are not able to enact their own alternative legislation and substitute that for the guarantees of the Constitution. That would mean that your state laws are more powerful than the Constitution. That's simply illegal. Clause 1 of Amendment 5 to the United States Constitution says that no person should be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury. However, the state of Ohio has enacted its own alternative legislation that permits prosecuting attorneys, police officers, sheriff's departments, and judges to charge by way of information as opposed to indictment. That's simply unconstitutional. An emolument violation is when you pay a public official to commit a crime. There are two areas of the Constitution that reinforces this. The first is Article 1, Section 10, and that's where it says that no state shall create any law that shall impair the obligation of contract. So police officers, prosecutors, and sheriff, they're all under a contract. That is a contract to perform based on their oath or affirmation that they took to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. So when a state enacts a law that directs their agents to disobey the Constitution, that is in fact a violation of Article 1, Section 10. The 14th Amendment is the other place that you find a reinforcement of this issue, and that's where it says that no state shall create or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges or immunities of United States citizens. Privileges and immunities of United States citizens are at a minimum those that are enumerated within the Bill of Rights and the first 10 amendments. I'm simply here to provide notice to let you know that you cannot continue to pay public officials to commit these crimes against us without following the Constitution. And when the Constitution says all persons, that includes the juvenile detention centers that you guys were just referring to. So I do have a notice that I would like to put on the record, if you don't mind, and please, I encourage you, direct your agents to act in a lawful constitutional manner that is consistent with the obligations codified in the Constitution for the United States of America. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So my name is Tanner Downing. I'm the civil rights litigator that Ms. Saxon was just talking about. I'm preparing to argue this at the United States Supreme Court on behalf of the more than 700,000 people currently in prison here in America on direct facial constitutional violations. What I have is I have approximately 14,000 criminal affidavits on behalf of victims that have been charged improperly by the state of Ohio. Many of them are from right here within Cuyahoga County. We're not here to get anybody into trouble. We're here to inform you of situations so we can work together to resolve this. So again, no state can create their own alternative legislation, substitute it for the guarantees of the Constitution, then go out and enforce that as though it's law. That would obviously be unconstitutional. So if your sheriff's department are going out and executing a warrant because they're relying upon a judge who relied upon a prosecutor who relied upon an inferior state statute to deprive a person of right guaranteed by the Constitution, that means that that sheriff is now acting unconstitutionally, and you guys are paying for that to occur, right? Again, emolument violation is when you pay someone to violate the Constitution. Now, again, when that sheriff takes that person after arresting them unconstitutionally, puts them into a jail, that jail is now housing them unconstitutionally. Again, you guys pay for that budget as well. So we're letting you guys know that we need to get this corrected because the difference between today and tomorrow would be negligence to willful criminal conduct, having been made aware of this. So these affidavits, they actually identify two different crimes. The first is Title 18 U.S.C. subsection 242, which is deprivation of rights under color of law. What that statute says is that any person who, under the color of any state statute, ordinance, custom, or regulation, deprives any person of any rights secured by the Constitution commits that crime. The second crime is Title 18 U.S.C. subsection 241, which is conspiracy to deprive of rights. What that says that when two or more persons conspire with the purpose of depriving any person of any rights secured by the Constitution commits that crime. Now, the laws of criminal conspiracy with regard to public officials, what that states is that any person who, having knowledge of any of the wrongs conspired to be done, and who have the power to prevent or aid in the prevention of the commission of the same, neglects or refuses to do so, may be joined to dispense the action. So upon having been provided with this notice, letting you know that these actions are being done unconstitutionally, and there's more than 300,000 people just since 1976, according to Representative Humphrey here in the state of Ohio, that have been charged by way of information. That's a significant number of people with direct facial constitutional violation. Those judgments are absolutely void. Now, I'm not saying that these are good people, okay? I'm not saying that these are lawful people, but what I'm saying is that these are all rightful people whose rights have clearly been abridged by the state of Ohio and agents that work for you. So we would ask you to please, let's go ahead and get this corrected, because the next alternative would be that we would have to convert these criminal affidavits into criminal complaints, and we don't want to go down that path, and I know that your agents don't want us to head down that path either. We've been in contact with the Director of FBI, Kash Patel, as well as also the ranking member of the Senate Judicial Oversight Committee, Senator Kennedy. They both agree that when agents of the state abridge their constitutional obligations and fail to follow federal law, that they are subject to arrest. Again, we don't want to head down that path. So let me be clear, and I'll end it right here. Let me be clear. I'm not trying to change the laws. Rather, I'm pointing out what the laws state, and that the ways in which they're being enforced directly contradict with what is specified. Therefore, I'm not trying to change the laws. Rather, I'm asking that we uphold the laws. If the laws state that something will be done in a certain way, we must follow that way. Laws do not change arbitrarily. That's tyranny. Constitutionalism demands that the laws evolve only through suffrage. Therefore, it's up to the people to decide whether or not the Constitution applies them, and not a judge or a state. So if in the opinion of the people of the United States, any of the provisions or guarantees of the Constitution be in any particular way wrong, then let it be corrected by an amendment in the way in which the Constitution so designates. Thank you guys so much. God bless.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? We good?
Mr.
Or
Chair?
no public
Yes.
No public comment, but this is Levine's last Board of Control as an alternate for council.
Yes,
She's
we'd like to
leaving
thank
us.
her. Yes.
Yeah,
I hear
so-
she's going to the better side.
Well, that's debatable.
Congratulations, Levine.
Well, thank you, and thank you for recognizing that again. Seeing no other business, I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Second by Miss Melanie Say. All in favor to adjourn, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.